Welcome again, everyone. My name is Richard Weil, and I am the CEO and owner of National Restaurant Consultants, and we welcome you to our National Restaurant Consultants NRC Helpful Moment number 46. And once again, welcoming in President of Top Line Management and Cafe Fuel, Mr. Brian Devine. And our featured guest today is the infamous Nick Ault, the proprietor and president of Duffeyrolls Cafe Bakery in Denver, here in Denver. And Duffeyrolls is not just a Colorado tradition, but it is a product that is enjoyed nationwide and internationally as well, because Nick and his team have really made Duffeyrolls into something that is absolutely craveable and wonderful. And Nick, thanks for joining us today.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
We'll appreciate it. So a couple questions, if you would, please. And a lot of everything that's been going on for 2+ months here now. What have you and your Duffeyrolls team done in terms of pivoting to keep your business moving and going forward?
One of the things it was really kind of a confirmation for us of some projects we were working on Duffy's business model before the coronavirus thing. So, and what I mean by that is we've been working on the portability of Duffeyrolls and building a business model that was less reliant on the brick and mortar side of the business. Where we love the brick and mortar side of it. It's the community and the connectivity that only that can bring. I've been doing this is in my 34th year doing this, and over the years we've tried so many different things, and it really all centers around a product that's really second to none in the Duffeyrolls, and it's something that we've done a fair amount of. We've been working on the vertical business model outside of the brick and mortar. So what that means is the catering side of the business, the delivery side of the business, and a product that we introduced about 8 years ago, a bake-at-home version of Duffeyrolls, and so bake-at-home pans of Duffeyrolls. So we were ironically the 6 months or so leading up to what has happened these last couple of months was exploring ways to develop the business in these vertical venues, and so this really confirmed that business model for us. So we've had a nice spike with our mail order business of the bake at home pans. So we started that business a little ways back, but have had a really nice spike to the point where it's really cool to be able to ship rolls now, knowing that we've shipped Duffeyrolls to 34 different states. And that's just really a cool thing to be able to see where the boxes are going out each day and seeing all the different places around the country that they're being enjoyed. So for us, it's just kind of divvied up, given a little bit more balance to the pie of our business model, whereas before it was 90% brick and mortar and 10% the other. And we're really trying to get a more even balance with that. And so we've been focusing on what we've already had some infrastructure for on the delivery, the catering side, and the mail order.
So that's one of the things that I noticed really early on after we lost our dining room ability to have guests in our dining room is that Duffeyrolls and Nick personally got in their vehicles and started making deliveries regionally. You want to chat a little bit about how wonderful that was when bringing Duffeyrolls to so many people throughout, not just a 5-mile radius around your stores, but you were traveling some pretty good distances.
Well, we did. We've had a couple of ways to do that. We had one where we just did doorstop deliveries. So we picked we really engaged with social media and created Duffy's doorstop delivery. So we're able to just pick regions. Today we're going to be in your neighborhood next Tuesday, and there's no minimum order, there's no delivery charge, and let's just kind of make that happen. There wasn't any real profit component to it, as much as probably just more goodwill and just knowing that the people are maybe able to try Duffeyrolls that had heard of them, but lived outside of a geographic range to be able to try them. So we got a lot of first timers. That was really cool. We've heard so much about you, this and that, or they had us in a meeting, in the last year, 2 years, and just the fact that we were delivering straight to their doorstep was really cool. And then the other thing was, I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. And so I've got a top case on my motorcycle. So basically, I had an offer with a few people that that had wondered if I would deliver to up to Avon, Colorado, and up to up north, just south of Fort Collins. And where normally that was out of our range, but I just made a deal with them. If it fits in my top case, I'll deliver it for free. So we had some fun with it. Gave me an excuse to social distance on my motorcycle, and deliver Duffeyrolls to people as long as it fit on my bike. So that was it's you just kind of think out of the box a little bit, and that was a really fun thing. And on the receiving end, it was I think it built a lot of goodwill and inject a little bit of humor too. So it was fun.
Yep. And so my point in furthering this with Nick is I've met a lot of entrepreneurs over my years in the food service and hospitality industry, and I would honestly tell you that Nick Ault and his team, and specifically Nick, he's an entrepreneur from the original definition of entrepreneur. He thinks that way. He thinks out of the box. But more than anything else, you weren't going to let this just take you guys down, and you really made the decision early on what you had to do. You were going to do. Am I right?
Yes, I think it was that, and it was what's you got tenacious about it. It's kind of what I liked. Some of the benefits that I'll take from this is you think you know your team based on your everyday routines and whatnot. But this really tested things and people and relationships and their commitment and their it really brought out the best in my relationships with our teams. I think that not just with me, but with each other. Because everybody was just really amazing to see how much everybody cared. There was the fear and all of the things that go along that everybody was feeling of the uncertainty of it all. But there was, one thing that there was never any uncertainty about, and that was really just the good faith that we communicated and operated within, and not just within the team, but also with the customers. And some of those the delivery things we talked about. There was and Richard, you're aware of this, but one of the most fun things, the first day, we have a couple of guys at our Hampton store that's been there since 1986. And we have two guys, Lance and Kurt, that have come every Saturday to Duffy's to have coffee. They're just good buddies. They're probably in their mid 60s. And they've come since 1994, and they claim that they've missed 37 Saturdays in 26 years or something. And about 10 years ago, we put a plaque on their table, and basically with their name on it, 1994, and truly every single Saturday at 6:30, they've showed up, and it's no wives, it's the boys only. And it's the boys' time to hang out, have coffee, get caught up, and it's been really a hoot having them there. Well, of course, the lobby shut down at the end of midweek, and they called me, they texted me, what's the deal with our, we can't come in. Are you serious? This and that, and I said, no, sorry guys. And one of them had just bought a new Ford Raptor pickup truck, and they said, well, we'll come by anyway and have coffee and this and that. But I said, well, listen, come by, plan to spend the time, and I got something in mind. So they showed up on Saturday, and I had him back up his pickup truck, and we took their table with a plaque on it, their two chairs, and put them in the back of the pickup truck. And they hung out for over 3 hours, just having their normal breakfast, coffee and Duffeyrolls in the back of the pickup truck at their favorite table. So those are some of the things that are really fun to it's an extra thing and some great memories. So, and
that's the spirit that I love about what you bring to the table, Nick, and that you share, and you epitomize what the true entrepreneur in the food service and hospitality industry, and what the hospitality is the industry of happiness. And we've heard that here recently. We are the industry of happiness, and that's why we want to get reopened. That's why we're urging our leaders in local government and nationally to get us reopened, because we're smart. We know how to keep things clean. And Nick Ault, I can't thank you enough for being here and sharing a couple moments with the NRC Helpful Moments. So thank you very much. Brian, anything else for you?
I have a question for Nick. You mentioned that you've done some things on Facebook. Can you just give us a little rundown really quick, just sort of what the marketing has been for you, like what you've been focusing on?
Yeah, it's actually been bringing the human side, just a little bit more of the human side to it. For instance, I sponsor an 11-year-old kid through a Fathers in the Field program, and so I bought Declan with me, an 11-year-old kid that was with me on deliveries and whatnot. So I took pictures and kind of shared some of the experience of dropping off the doorstop deliveries and all that stuff, and bringing Declan with me and doing some things with we had a lady who did who ordered up 1,700 Duffeyrolls to have them delivered to healthcare providers and this and that. And so we took some great pictures of that. And anyway, we just had we got so many we got so much great responses from that. So it's really just sharing the human side of who we are behind the brand as people.
I love it. That's fantastic. That's what I was looking for. So if you're listening, take notes. That's exactly what you want to do. Great job. Thanks for sharing that, Nick. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
As always, Nick, it's a pleasure to see you. And that's it for now for our NRC Helpful Moment. So bye for now, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.